Okay,
Okay, I'd like to call the Plan Commission meeting to order on Tuesday, May 26th at 5:04. Janelle, could you please take roll call?
Bertle,
Here.
Baker,
Here.
Hartwig,
Here.
Shumway,
Here.
and Gretzmacher.
Here.
Bell is absent.
Okay, is there any comments and correspondence or concerns from the public who are chiming in this evening? Nothing, Bo?
I see nothing right now, no.
Okay, and do you or Janelle have anything?
There's no correspondence that I'm aware of.
I
Okay.
have nothing either.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Baker, second by Gretzmacher. All those in favor respond with an aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Is there a motion to approve the minutes as published?
I make a motion to present the minutes to approve the minutes as presented.
Motion by Shumway,
I'll second.
second by Baker. All those in favor respond with an aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, item number 1, discussion regarding a request from Ryan Dimmitt to allow a change of use for the building located at 10621 North Highland Road from a farmer's market to a restaurant. Bo?
Yeah, so just give me a second. I'm gonna go down here a little bit. Just to give you some background, this building is an existing building on Highland. It is that small wooden building right next to the go-kart track. The new owners here who are with us tonight are looking to apply for a change of use, which would be for a restaurant. It was previously a change of or a previous use of a farmer's market that never occurred. So they are within the B1 zoning district, so restaurants are applicable there. They're coming to Plan Commission just to make sure that everything, they have all their ducks in a row, specifically parking for one of them, seat counts, and any other questions that Plan Commission may have for them.
Okay, can you pull up the photo that has the parking on it, please?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. My computer's a little slow. I've got everything on here.
Sherman.
Sorry, my computer's a little slow now. It's being overused.
That was Sherman. He was talking.
I believe this one is it. No. Okay, here you go.
Okay. All right, so your calculations for the parking were correct, but there's some problems with it. The square that they are showing, I'm presuming that's the property line?
The property line actually goes into the road. And I made it on our property. They needed to be 21 feet long, but our property to the road is 27 feet.
Right, so I'm more concerned about not on North Highland, but the one at the top and the one at the bottom. So does that square depict your lot?
Like, is this the boundary line?
That goes towards the edge.
Okay, because you cannot, first of all, the last parking space, it narrows. So that would be non-compliant, at least the way that it's drawn.
I'm an architect. I tried to draw it as straight as possible, but
because I think it narrows back. But anyway, you cannot, according to the code, you cannot put parking in your side or rear yards. And so parking space 1 and parking space 11 aren't allowed under the code. It's also not supposed to be in your front yard either. But because this is an existing parcel and this was there before and the only place really for the parking, I think that just has to be what it is, seeing that it was already an existing, but parking space 1 and 11 have to be deleted, because then you'd be in the side yards or the rear yard setbacks. If you go to parking space requirements in the zoning code, in the B1 district, we can reduce the parking by a credit of 3 spaces. So if you needed 11, in all actuality, if the Plan Commission grants you those 3 spaces, you would have to put in 8. If you think that you're really, for the traffic that you're going to have and the employees, that you would want 9, that would be appropriate and you would still be compliant, but 1 and 11 do have to be removed.
Okay.
Could you, why does 1 have to be removed?
Number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
I get the number 11 you said is behind the building, which it's kind of still alongside, but what's the issue with number 1?
Side yard setbacks.
Okay.
Side and rear yard setbacks.
Okay.
So you're taking that parking space right from the property line, and that's not allowed in the code.
How much room between the property line does it have to be?
Let me, I can't remember which is considered side and rear. Your side setback is 10 feet and your rear setback is 20 feet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for clarifying.
And it looked like from the pictures that were sent, I did not have the opportunity to go drive by, but it looks like it is gravel. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crushed stone that was there. Yep.
Okay. Also, according to the zoning code, that driveway needs to be paved before an occupancy permit. The Plan Commission usually, if somebody's asking for a request for something and the weather is bad, talking about over the winter months, we give them an extension. If the Plan Commission feels that time is of the essence, we could grant them a 1-year extension from today to get that asphalt in and the parking spaces striped, if the Plan Commission feels that that would be appropriate.
Sure.
Denise, my only question would be, and we just went through this, considering that the last survey shows 0.28 acres plus the building plus parking, now you're talking about more impervious surface, will it meet village requirements?
For the B1, for the 20%, yes.
Are you?
Because the parking lot
No, I
is,
believe you. If you did the calculations, I'm just looking at it on the survey right now. I'm thinking, oh, that's got to be close.
well, the parking lot's already impervious surface with crushed stone.
Well, that's true.
That whole back area is grass, except for those concrete pads.
Right, right. And even where it says existing open air pergola, right? That's also a couple of cement pads. Is that the way I read the plan?
Just on the post, there's no other than the circled post, it's just grass in there as well.
Okay. So no, Mary Kay, I did not do the calculation because I thought it was far beyond the 20%.
And I have no further comments. Thank you.
Okay. And the other question I had is that there was not a location for a dumpster. Are you going to have a dumpster for your trash?
Yes, we've been talking with Andrew Gantman from Going Garbage, and we've been talking about with the code what we need to do around the backside of the building, fenced in. I think is the code, but we were talking about different options, maybe wheelways or 2-yard dumpsters.
Something, okay. So you don't
Yeah,
know which option.
definitely have to talk. Yep, Andrew just met us there the other day to talk about options. So.
Okay. Well,
Is that something that just you and Bo can sign off on, or Janelle?
I think Bo and I, if we saw a plan before the actual placement was, I think if the Plan Commission gave us that permission that we could sign off on that item.
I don't see
That would
why
have to be part of the motion. And just out of curiosity, you gave us interior plans, you know, with your 3-compartment sink and different things like that. There's no grill, will you not be cooking any hot food? This is all cold food?
No, we will be serving hot food. We're just using all methods that don't require any kind of ventilation.
Yep. Pre-cooked, just warming. So I mean,
Steam wells, panini grills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. No ventilation,
No
no
raw-
steam, no grease.
No raw
No hood
product.
system. Okay. Just out of curiosity, that's all.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
No.
other means of
Yeah, that's
warming
how we
up
planned
food.
it around. Yep.
Okay. Those were the only questions that I had. I don't know about anybody else.
I have none. You've covered them pretty well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Janelle, have you written something or are you still in the process? Janelle?
You've got your computer muted.
Because of the dogs. Sorry, yeah, I'm just finishing it up.
Okay.
So Ryan, while she's typing that, just so you know, you'll have to get me the final plans for the dumpsters. Send that to me, and then I'll get that to our Plan Commission chair for her review, and then we'll sign off on it when we feel like it's appropriate.
Not a problem.
Okay, how does this sound? That the Plan Commission accepts the recommendation of the village administrator and approves Ryan Dimmitt's request to allow a change of use for the building located at 10621 North Highland Road from a farmer's market to a restaurant on the condition that the parking lot must be paved within 1 year of the issuance of an occupancy permit for the restaurant. The Plan Commission also finds that credit shall be given for 3 parking spaces on the previously mentioned property, and that the location for the garbage dumpster must be approved by the Plan Commission chair and the village administrator prior to the time that it is placed on the property.
We need to remove parking spaces 1 and 11.
Okay. So, okay. There, how about if we say therefore parking spaces 1 and 11 shall be removed. Do you want to remove any more? So do you want to say just 2 spaces?
I just want to say 2. They can put in 8 or they can put in 9. That will be up to them.
Okay, so for 2 parking spaces.
Correct. That were in the side yard setback area. And Janelle, can you, I would like to give them a 1-year extension from today's date, not occupancy.
Okay, from today's date? Okay.
Yes.
1 year of today's date, okay.
Denise, just because every time I sell a house now or show a house, I have to sign new forms. Do we have to state that this restaurant will be in compliance with whichever state mandate is in regard to COVID upon opening, or does that go up to the board?
Neither.
We're so blessed.
I
Okay,
guess if there's, whether it's this business or another business that public health gets complaints on, public health deals with it. And is first step would be to talk to any particular restaurant owner on resolving the issues. If they still don't comply, then they do get the sheriff's department involved and it becomes a civil suit.
The
That
only
is
other one we had was Al's Retail, and they're way behind. So this is a first opening kind of thing. Just curious. I get a new form every day.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that.
He's gonna say, lucky you.
Okay, Janelle, can
could I
you
read that back once more now?
Yes, please.
Okay, that the Plan Commission accepts the recommendation of the village administrator and approves Ryan Dimmitt's request to allow a change of use for the building located at 10621 North Highland Road from a farmer's market to a restaurant on the condition that the parking lot must be paved within 1 year of today's date. The Plan Commission also finds that credit shall be given for 2 parking spaces. Therefore, parking spaces 1 and 11, which were in the side and rear yard setbacks, shall be removed. The location for the garbage dumpster must be approved by the Plan Commission chair and the village administrator prior to the time that it is placed on the property.
Okay. Would somebody care to make that motion?
I so move.
Motion by Gretzmacher,
Second.
second by Hartwig. Any further discussion? All those in favor respond with an aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Okay, item number 2, discussion regarding a request from Troy Hewitt of Robert E. Lee and Associates
Thank you for your time, you guys. Thanks.
that
Right.
village officials
Congrats, good luck.
Thank you.
a corrected CSM for parcel number as stated, which property is owned by the Door Hotel Holdings LLC and has been assigned addresses 10654 North Bayshore Drive, 2335 Mill Road, and 2329 Mill Road, and also pass and adopt resolution number 42906162020, which approves the corrected document. Is there
You just want a motion or do you want us to explain?
does anybody need explanation?
Not
It's
really.
pretty straightforward.
Just
Do
to
this
read.
before.
I'll entertain a motion then.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Baker. I'll second. Any further discussion? All those in favor respond with an aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Item 3, discussion regarding the possibility of scheduling a Plan Commission work session at which some or all of the following issues will be addressed. Bo?
Yeah, so we're just looking to address some of these things that have been longstanding in Plan Commission, most of which are actually before my time here, but just looking to find maybe a date where we can work together to address some of these topics and get them off of the to-do list. So I don't really know how you guys have usually done work sessions before, but if you guys have done this in the past, I'd be happy to accommodate however you'd like to do this.
Well, I think work sessions are usually always good, in my opinion, but we can do it either way. We haven't seen our agendas really jam-packed full, and that's because we've been pushing off non-time sensitive things, and that's why this list is so long. I guess I would like us to review, pick a handful or 3 or 4 things that we think that we can get done in one work session. I think the comprehensive plan, that's big. We probably need to bring in an outside firm. That's going to take months to do. But if there's some of the other things, like your second bullet point and even the first bullet point, I think that those are, would be pretty easy to have conversation about and come to a consensus. So
Yeah.
how does anybody else feel about another meeting?
Well, I have all the time in the world, but the rest of you probably don't.
Please, are you going to specifically pick one agenda item under item number 3 and say this is what we're going to concentrate on?
I was going to, depending upon what they are, maybe pick 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
If we're going to get together, I guess I would like it to be a good, longer than what our meetings have been, a good couple of hours tops. It could go longer if we were meeting in person, but that's not the case. But, I was thinking about a 2-hour meeting and see what we can get done in that time.
Rather than a special meeting you're talking about.
No, for a special meeting, Scott.
Oh, okay.
this would be a special meeting. So I think I agree with what you're saying, Denise. We could probably do a special meeting, address 3 or 4 of these. We could put 4 on and see if we even get to all 4. And then I'm kind of foreshadowing. I don't know if the next month's plan commission meeting will be extensive. We could put a few more on that one as well. And that could give us plenty of time to really knock down some of these tasks.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, is just starting off with the 4.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
So first bullet point, second bullet point, you said Janice looked simple?
to me, they look simple, yes. And I don't know exactly what the third bullet point is about the village's official map. What is that, Bo or Janelle?
You guys had talked a long time ago about reviewing the official map and seeing, especially now that the wedding barn is up and that, there's been more development, about how the official map should look for future development.
Okay, no, we'll wait on that one. That's a bigger conversation. I think we could get the chat parking done now that the hotel is going up. So the first, second, the fourth bullet point. And maybe about,
Could look at solar collectors. That would be second to last one.
okay. All right, let that be our 4. How does Mondays work for everybody? Maybe a little bit later at 5:30.
Fine by me.
Because
I can make that work.
Yeah, that should be okay with me.
okay, because I don't know how long you work, Jordan. Usually, do you get out of there?
Yeah, I'm out by 4:15.
Okay, and Mary Kay, you said you were just getting home, so that would work better for you also.
I work until like 7 or 8 in summer, so it doesn't matter. I'll make time.
Oh, okay, all right. And I know then Nate will be available if it's at 5:30. Okay, so Janelle, do we have anything on the schedule 2 weeks from now on Monday?
I don't think so. The only thing you'd have is your Parks Committee meeting, but that's typically on the first Monday of the month.
Okay, and this would be the second Monday? Okay, then let's call that a date. Do you have a calendar there? What date is that?
So is that the 8th?
I don't have one here. It would be, it would be the 8th.
June 8th, 5:30.
Is there any way we could just discuss, because I know Bo and I'm not sure who, Nate, have DCEDC that same day, and that takes a good hour and a half out of the day. Would we want to move it to the 15th?
That would be okay.
Sure.
15th?
I know what it's like to be in meetings after meeting all day long.
And that's going to be a virtual meeting, right?
Yes.
The
Okay.
15th is fine by my schedule too. I can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Monday, June 15th. Thanks for that, Mary Kay.
And we're saying 5:30?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
And I'll do my best to get all the prep work out of the way, and I'll get that to you a week in advance, hopefully. And then you guys can review that and shoot some questions my way beforehand. I can try and answer them before that meeting.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Then will you guys address what's going to happen with the remaining bullet points at that meeting? Like if you're going to have another work session or address it at the regular plan commission meeting?
Or we maybe would probably just schedule another special meeting.
Okay,
All depending on what comes up on the agenda, or if one of those 4 that we're not quite finished with, we could carry that over at least to the regular plan commission and then be done with that. And then, so we'll readdress it at the work session or the board or the regular plan commission.
Sounds good.
Okay. Item 4, report by the zoning administrator.
Yeah, so I've had a number of questions from people, not only on Plan Commission, but outside of Plan Commission, just asking about our COVID-19 response and the situation in the village, about giving businesses all the opportunities to be successful with what they had, and a lot of that fell upon giving them some signage, some relaxation on temporary signage. You can tell this weekend was a very busy weekend. A lot of our businesses have put up temporary signage to help address some of the changes that have gone on in their business. Restaurants in specific, they talk about doing, order pickup and, curbside pickup and to go or placement and things like that. I am keeping tabs on all of these temporary signs. I've been contacting the businesses, just reminding them that these can't stay there forever. We'll work with you. And so that's something that I just wanted Plan Commission to know, that, I understand a lot of these signs have come up, and once we feel like it's an appropriate time to address them, we can tackle that. Every business owner that I've talked to understands. It doesn't sound like it's going to be an issue to get them taken down. And I know where they are, so I know exactly who to contact when that time comes.
Is there, I know that you have just approved these yourself, along with, the takeout and delivery sandwich board signs kind of near the sidewalk. Is there any repercussion from what I witnessed this weekend? Almost all restaurants that were serving outside, their tables definitely were 6 feet apart. I think a lot of people took it very seriously. There was one business that did not seem so. And so I heard some complaints just from some individuals on how busy that was, that there was no social distancing. So if they're not following those guidelines, do we want to still allow them to have additional signage? What do we think about that?
Well, from my
I
opinion,
thought I saw more than one, but I think I'm aware of the one that you're referring to.
I hate to be punitive because I'm sure it's very hard for them to control the individuals who come to do business there. It's not they that are causing the lack of social distancing. It's their customers who don't follow the rules.
No, it was actually the not separating their table.
There were places with tables 2 feet apart and places with people trying to social distance where they just couldn't because of circumstance.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Okay.
I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with the business owners and just let them know, we're aware of it and this is something that we'd like to address or see done. It's hard from an enforcement standpoint to pick and choose now based on their actions, because you could ride a legal line on that. But I guess it comes to Plan Commission, what you decide how you want me to approach this. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with these businesses that you feel aren't, allowing people to social distance, or, provide some suggestions and just have a conversation. and see how they react to it.
I would be happy with that. After the meeting, Mary Kay, can you just text me which two you observed?
2 or 4, sure. No
Oh,
problem.
2 or 4. Oh, okay.
Send them my way.
And
Again,
then
a lot of it wasn't
have a
self-inflicted.
conversation.
A lot of it was just people rushing businesses, and that's been happening not just in Sister Bay, but in Sister Bay / Liberty Grove, Sister Bay. So, and I have been approached by the business owners there saying, what is going on that people are doing this? So.
Yeah, I think, the question remains is, do we punish the business owners? Do we have the discussion with them? Because a lot of it is, their patrons. Some
Yeah, but
people-
I'm just talking what their patrons do. They have to police themselves.
Yeah.
I just want to see the tables 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
That's all that I think that we should be concerned about. We have no control over their patrons. That's what they as business owners and staff then have to deal with. But at least, they should be presenting themselves as trying to adhere to separating their tables so people can feel comfortable.
Yeah, we can have a future conversation if you get the list, and I'd be happy to take that.
Okay. All right. Did you have anything else, Bo?
No, that's really been the focus this weekend, especially just driving around and seeing what was going on. I'm going to mention this at the board, but for those of you at Plan Commission, just doing a quick drive around and seeing how people were taking the COVID-19 response on Memorial Day weekend. I think you saw a lot of responsible people that were actually trying. I did see businesses taking this very seriously, giving people, orders, get your drinks and move along. Please don't congregate, find a specific table. The one thing I did notice though, people really aren't choosing to wear masks in public spaces. That's their decision. I did notice though, on the contrary to that, people were distancing, people were not in big groups together unless they were within one singular family unit. I would assume. I thought that people were really respectful of other people's space. So,
well, and I guess instead of always complaining, I guess I should give kudos to Stabur. No bar stools, come up to the bar, get your drink, go find a table. They had their tables spaced. I thought that looked really great. Yes, it did cut into their business big time, but I felt very responsible, well executed, and just was very pleased with what I saw there.
yeah, I agree completely.
Also, Jerry's Flowers, with their right on their sign, wear a mask. I was in day before yesterday. There was not a person in without a mask, and we were all trying to follow the social distancing lines and everything. It's hard. I mean, Denise knows, and you all know, you're all doing it, but we have hand sanitizers out. We're opening to the public for the first time. Actually, we did today, and now the door is unlocked and open. It's been something else.
Yeah. So the other thing to mention, the complaints that I received or that I got, they all got the same response. If people felt uncomfortable in a situation, there's not much that the village is going to do. It's going to be a call to the sheriffs or the health service department. And it's, this be responsible. And, if you don't feel comfortable, just separate yourselves from other people. We had no real issues. I haven't had any information from the sheriffs come in saying there was any disputes or anything like that. So that's always a good sign.
Were you able to address the dogs down on the beach pier?
I got a call from Rob Zoschke about that. When I got down there was no one there.
Okay. Yeah, because one of those dogs could have taken out a small child easily. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm laughing because dogs have always been an issue. Okay. Wow.
Yes. Okay, matters to be
Ready to
placed
move?
on a future agenda. I don't think we really have anything. We already know what our next meeting is going to be about on the 15th. So unless anybody has anything else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Motion by Gretzmacher,
I'll second.
second by Baker. All those in favor respond with an aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to text me, Mary Kay.
I will.